So last year, one of the first shorts that I ever published was a real quick video on just how to buy Bitcoin on Cash App. And I posted it on Instagram and TikTok and everywhere. And it's one of the most commented videos that I have because Bitcoin's confusing. And since the price has gone up a little bit more recently, more people have been interested and there's a lot of questions in the comments. I answered most of the questions actually directly in the comments already, but I figured I'll put a video together with all the questions just in case there's other people out there wondering the same things. So here we go. Oh. Wait. Oh yeah. So this thing has over 75 comments, which for one of my videos is a lot. So it's awesome. So first question, do I need a Cash Card? Cash Card is the Cash App debit card. And so people are wondering if they need a Cash Card to invest in Bitcoin. The answer is no. The Cash Card is literally a debit card that uses the money in your Cash App account to be able to like pay for stuff at the store. Has really nothing to do with the Bitcoin functionality at all. Oh, I will say this, gosh, there are so many spam comments on these type of videos and it's really annoying, right? Like if I'm new to Bitcoin and I see all these spam comments, like it's gonna make me scared. Like it's gonna turn me off to even wanting to be involved in this. So anytime that I post a video about this on any channel, like it can be on YouTube, it can be on TikTok or whatever, and there's all these stupid spam comments talking about, oh, reach out to Brother Jay on Telegram. Look, if you see any of those, don't reach out to anybody on Telegram. Don't reach out to anybody on Insta. I guarantee you 99.99% that those are scams. So just be careful out there. People like to scam people, especially when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. I will never ask you for anything. So if anybody ever impersonates me in the comments, just ignore it. And yeah, so anyway, do I have to buy Bitcoin every day or do you think I should? By the way, I'm 14. So first of all, somebody that's 14 wanted to know about Bitcoin or investing or buying Bitcoin. That's awesome. A couple problems there. So number one, no, you don't have to buy it every day. Two, you can't even buy it on Cash App when you're 14. All right, so I actually looked into this and I was wrong. You actually can buy Bitcoin on Cash App if you're under 18 now, but it requires you to have a family account and to get your parent or guardian's permission. So just check it out on Cash App if you're in that situation. I think that's new. I don't remember that being there before, but I did look and there is a way to buy Bitcoin if you're under 18. You just need a family account and your parents' permission. So just want to clear that up. But I like the ambition, and if that kid keeps it up, they're gonna go far. All right, next. Can you purchase things with the Bitcoin you buy? So yes, you can purchase things with Bitcoin. It's literally digital money. However, there are two caveats. One, the place that you're trying to buy from has to accept Bitcoin, and that's becoming more and more common online. But if you're at an actual store, like at the point of sale, it's less common, at least in the US, to be able to pay with Bitcoin. But the other part is that if you're in the United States, the tax code in the United States is such that if you buy something with Bitcoin, it is literally a taxable event that you have to claim on your taxes. Well, they actually treat it as property, but you would have to claim that on your taxes as a taxable event that you actually sold some Bitcoin and received some goods or services for it. So it's a pain and I hate it, but it is the truth. What app do you use? So the app that I'm using here is actually just Cash App. I think if you're a beginner wanting to get into Bitcoin for the first time, Cash App is the absolute easiest way to get started. And they tend to have pretty good Bitcoin features. They're also Bitcoin only, so if that matters to you. But I actually buy Bitcoin through Cash App pretty regularly and it works pretty well. Comment that Cash App doesn't support this anymore. So I will say Cash App did move where this is at, but it is still supported. But if you go to the home screen, they have all of the little tabs right here. So Bitcoin's right here and it's all still supported. They just kind of moved it. So it's an extra click to get to it, but it's definitely still there. I actually think this is one of the best questions because it's just so direct. I'm so confused. Explain the Bitcoin in the most understandable way, please. I feel you. I get it. And what I actually responded with in the comments, I really like. It's just that Bitcoin is a digital asset that you can use as money or an investment that's not controlled by governments and banks. And I think this is a really important point. People look at it sometimes as an investment only. And there's even some comments here where people are saying, oh, it's just like a stock. It's not just like a stock. A stock is an ownership piece in a business that has value on a stock market, right? Bitcoin is a digital asset. It's like a digital commodity. It's more like gold or oil or those type of things, but in a digital form. So it also has a market, and obviously you can trade Bitcoin and it has different prices all throughout the day. But I wouldn't say that it's like a stock or that it's like real estate even, right? Because real estate can produce cash flows for you. A stock can give you dividends. A stock has an underlying business behind it that people derive value from. And that's one of the criticisms of Bitcoin, is that there's nothing behind it. There's nothing backing it. Now, there's nothing backing oil. There's nothing backing gold other than that people perceive it to have value. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin. The properties of Bitcoin, the fact that it can't be controlled by governments, it can't be controlled by banks. There's only 21 million. It's global money that can be transferred all over the world, in minutes. Those things are what give it value. Now, that can change, right? So as regulation happens, as governments maybe ban it, then the price will be impacted. And so you have to be aware of that. So I'm just explaining that in a way that it's not just like a stock, right? Like a stock has a company behind it. Bitcoin doesn't. It has other things, but it doesn't have that. So this person actually had a really good comment. It said, buyer beware. Cash App owns whatever crypto you buy on their platform. Please do your own research and buy you a hardware wallet. And they're absolutely correct. And it's not just Cash App. Any place where you buy Bitcoin or crypto, if it's a website or an app where you have to log into, if they're holding your Bitcoin, then they technically own it. They are managing the private keys to your Bitcoin. The only way that you manage your own private keys to your Bitcoin is if you transfer it out of those platforms into your own Bitcoin wallet that you control 100%. Now, that gets a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to go through the details in this video, but I will put some links down in the description for a couple videos where I kind of show how to use a hardware wallet and how to use just your own mobile wallet. But it is a little bit more complicated. You do have to take some personal responsibility to make sure that you don't lose access to your own Bitcoin. Everybody should go at their own pace. When people first get started, they're usually not ready to transfer it into their own Bitcoin wallet because it's scary. It's at the end of the day, if you lose it, if you mess it up, there's no support line to call to help you. That's basically it. So I do recommend that people take some time to learn, practice with small amounts at first so that you get a good handle of how it works and what you need to do and what you're responsible for. But yes, at the end of the day, if you buy Bitcoin on a platform like Cash App or Coinbase or Gemini or any of those places, until you move it off their platform, they technically manage it and own it. So yeah, I love this one. It says, I've been doing this and I put 5 in it and it went down to 484 and now it's 498. I think we've all done that. So I don't know if you guys know, but every time I buy something, it instantly goes down. It's just how the market works whenever I hit the button. If you're putting $5 in it and it went down to 484 and now it's 498, look, the market goes up and down, whether that's the stock market or, the crypto market. I would advise that you buy stuff that you feel good about, that you understand and you have confidence in, and you just let the market do its thing for a while and then go back and see where it's at. I wouldn't stress over, the daily price fluctuations. Oh, and actually to that point, here's this next one. And then you just let it sit there and your money's going to double. So it might and it might not, right? And this goes back to understanding how markets work. At the end of the day, people are buying and selling things all throughout the day. And the prices that they're buying and selling at are determined by how confident they feel that the price is going to go up or down in the future. And so it's impossible to predict what the price of Bitcoin is going to be. Anybody that says they can is lying. They have no clue. It's all dependent on the market and what the market deems a good price or a fair price is for Bitcoin. So it's impossible to know if your money is going to double. It's impossible to know if your money is going to go to zero. It all depends on your conviction in what you bought and what you think other people are going to think about it in the future. And how do you claim your wins? So by wins, I'm guessing they mean if it goes up, how do you get your money? You just just like you bought Bitcoin, you can sell Bitcoin. And just if you're in the US, it's a taxable event and on any gains that you had. Or if you lost money, then obviously you can claim that as well. So this one, can you please send me $5 to invest? And this is a young person that asked me for $5 to invest. And when you look at some of the other replies to that, they were not very nice. It's stuff like, oh, this person's broke. Oh, they're laughing at him. You know, all this stuff. Oh, he's a kid. He can't do it anyway. He's 14. How sweet. And you know, number one, I don't really like all that when kind of people make fun of other people, especially when they're asking about something, because I think that's partially why people don't learn about money and they don't learn about investing, because they're afraid to ask a question where they may look stupid and someone makes fun of them. And at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. So what I told them was, look, if you don't have $5 to invest right now, the best plan is to get your income up, get a job, get some income, and then when you have some money coming in and you're ready to invest, then let's talk about it. In this case, the kid is 14, and again, anybody that's 14 and is asking about this type of stuff, if they keep that same energy for their life, they're going to do really well. So if you ever have questions about money or investing, don't be afraid to ask them. Anybody that makes fun of you or tries to make a joke about it, all that does is it says a lot about who they are. It doesn't say anything about who you are. All right, last one. What do you do with it? So this is a good question. Depending on who you ask, I mean, really what you're doing most of the time is just kind of holding it, right? Like it's an asset like any other asset you put money into. And obviously you can use it. It has utility, but I think most people are buying it in hopes that it'll go up in value. And so in those cases, you hold it, and you can hold it in an account like your Cash App account, but that means that basically they own your Bitcoin. They're giving you access to it through their app. But if something happens and the government bans Bitcoin, they can prevent you from accessing it. Now, if you want to be able to self-custody your Bitcoin to where nobody can take it away from you, that is a whole other step, and it gets a little bit more complicated. You have to take your own personal kind of responsibility that you're not going to mess it up and lose access to your Bitcoin. But that really is the true power of Bitcoin. Being able to hold your own private keys to where nobody, not Cash App, not the government, not the bank, can take it away from you. So I have other videos that I'm going to link down below as to how to do that. But that really is a true power of Bitcoin. But because it's complicated, it's a step that people usually don't take at the very beginning. And that's okay. At the end of the day, if you're interested in this, get started slow, and before you know it, it'll be something that seems pretty easy. And ultimately, if you're not ready for Bitcoin yet, that's okay. Just keep learning and go at your own pace. Bitcoin's a complicated thing. It mixes economics and computer science, which are two things that most people really don't know a lot about. So it's confusing, but it's also one of the most interesting innovations of our lifetimes, at least in my opinion. So if you guys want to go deeper and understand how Bitcoin actually works, click on this video right here. Hope you guys have a great day out there. Life's too short to not have the means to enjoy it, so keep stacking those wins, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.